now let's jump into the Cardinals, right?
Yeah.
Now, the Cardinals last year was a team that I watched kind of closely, and they didn't start off as good as they like. They kind of stumbled big time in there, but towards the end of the season, they pulled it together, man. And this team right here, they ran a good shot last year, and this year here they are again, back at over under 88.5. Last season they went over by 3 wins, which had a lot to do to the last, I guess you would say, what, September and October of last year, or maybe a little before that. They kind of poured it on kind of tough. I got some guys from the Platinum Sports Talk channel, and all those guys are out of St. Louis, man. And these guys were kind of bummed out, kind of, because that's one of those states where they really, really focus in on that team. Everybody, they have a big support base right there. So everybody was down on them, and then they rose to the occasion. I guess I want to say it was August when they made that move, but that doesn't necessarily mean to me that coming into this year that they're going to be this team that's going to go over this 88.5 again. I think they still need that type of camaraderie. They need to make the right moves and get the right lineup out there and definitely come in with those bats and to be a heavy contender. But with that being said, I think St. Louis is still, it's still a toss-up as well. What you feel about St. Louis?
Yeah, so the Cardinals lost outfielder Marcell Ozuna last year to free agency, and they haven't really added any significant pieces to the team that won the division last season. They did re-sign Adam Wainwright, but he is 38 years old, so I don't know exactly how much that's going to help. But they have had 12 consecutive winning seasons, so it's really hard to throw out the Cardinals. Their rotation is them or the Reds are arguably the best rotation in this division. Jack Flaherty, Carlos Martinez, Miles Mikolas, who was slated to start on the injured list this year, returned mid-April, but we're not going to play mid-April, so he should be back. Dakota Hudson, and then they signed Kwang Hyung Kim, who is a lefty, 2 years, $8 million from South Korea. He was 17-6, 2.51 ERA over 190 innings, and he earned the award for the best pitcher in the KBO last year. Their bullpen, they got Gianni Gallegos, Andrew Miller, who hopefully he turns it around, and Jordan Hicks. They did add a couple of veterans in Matt Wieters and Brad Miller. So they're basically bringing back the same team as last year without Marcell Ozuna. So that will be a slight downgrade. My projections have them winning 81 games, 81-81. I know you said your win total has been bet up because the last I looked, my win total was 86.5, but you're saying it's 88.5.
Right here on covers now.
Yeah, 88.5. That's a number I would look to bet under. I understand they won 91 games last year. 88.5. They've only beat that number in the last 4 years. They've beaten that number once, which was last year. And they lost a key bat in the lineup, so I would look under definitely there.
Yeah, and a lot of the sharp guys over here at covers, they with the under as well right here.
Yeah.
But they got to get those bats together in order to be able to compete. But the pitching is pretty good right there. But I like the camaraderie of the team last year. A couple teams I seen pull together pretty good last year was this team for one, and the other team was for a little while, but they fell off. It was the Giants when Bumgarner, when the guy hit the ball into the water and told I think it was Bumgarner, right? And he was like, "Go get it out of the water." And then after that, the players kind of gathered around them a little bit. They played a little harder for a while, but then they ended up falling off. And then St. Louis, they went on this nice run and got over them wins last year, but. Like you were talking about with Young Kim, the pitcher coming over there. Now, I don't want to seem no kind of crazy way, but, I always look at some of these pitchers from, Asian countries and stuff like that. I look at them in the first 5 because, they have, they are strong believers in themselves of being prepared and, coming out, properly. And I always take those guys in the first 5 because they're going to put their best foot forward, at least for the first 5 innings. Now, they could get touched up and mix it up somewhere in there, but I'm going to be looking for this guy to go under first 5 or, actually win the first 5.
Yep, that's good luck.
Yeah. Who-Bangin Sports Talk. What up, though? Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.